Hi everyone, this is Rebecca from the Assistive Technology Center. So you found the perfect article to go along with your science lesson. The only problem is the vocabulary is too difficult for your student. What do? Rewordify is a free online software that helps to improve reading by simplifying the vocabulary. It's easy to use and there's nothing to download. So let's give it a try. Let's go over to our science article. So I'm going to highlight some text from the article, copy it, and put it into the Rewordify text box and click Rewordify text. All of the words that you see highlighted here are words that Rewordify determined are too difficult and they replaced with simpler words. So for example, climbing originally was clambering.
Clambering.
But any word on the text you can click on and it will bring up the definition. If learning the original vocabulary is important to your lesson, they give you options for that. You can go to Print and Learning Activities, where you can print the original and rewordified texts, vocabulary lists, quizzes, and games. Also, they have this parts of speech, where if that is what you're working on, you can highlight just the parts of speech that you want the student to focus on, like for example, verbs, and that's the only thing that's highlighted. There are online learning activities right up here on this purple bar that pops up whenever you put text into Rewordify. You can select the number of words or handpick the words. And again, these are being pulled from the text that you put in to the document. So these are the words that it chose from that document.
The word demolished means destroyed.
So it's going to take you through each word, having you listen to the word, read it in context, type out the word, being able to look at it, not being able to look at it, a lot of repetition. In addition, they would have access to these flashcards.
Demolished.
But the text that you want to input might already be in Rewordify. They have a huge bank of classic literature that is searchable by name and author, and also public documents. Anyone who has an account on here can share whatever they input. So most things that are commonly used in school can be already found in the public documents, especially like source material, primary documents. Over here in settings is where you decide how you want things to be displayed when it runs through Rewordify. The way we had it, the simplified word was highlighted. You had to click on it and then the original word would pop up with the definition. You can change that where it keeps the difficult word and you have to click on it to see the simplified version, or you can show both. You can have side by side, or you can have the vocabulary words with the definitions out to the side. In addition, you can change the rewordifying level from easiest to hardest. So right now it's only on level 1. You can see there's a lot of words highlighted here. If I click on hardest, only one word is highlighted. And you can also change the color of the highlights or use underlining or none at all. And if it's not important for the student to learn the difficult vocabulary, you just want it to be accessible to them, you don't need to highlight or underline any of the words. You would just click no. If what you're wanting to rewordify is a website, you don't need to copy and paste at all. So for our article, instead of doing that, I would just highlight the URL, copy, and paste it in. Once I do that, these two buttons pop up: Rewordify web page and display it, and Rewordify web page text only. When I click that one, it pulls up all of the text from the article. It keeps things the way it was in the article, including all of the links that are in the article. But what has changed, of course, is the text has been rewordified. If I click Rewordify web page and display it, it takes us to If I click on Rewordify web page and display it, it takes us to the National Geographic website. So now we're out of Rewordify. You can see it has all of the pictures and all of the ads and all of the original content. It's just that the text has been rewordified and is simpler now. The best part about this is that we can now use the reading view. It's this little book here up in the URL bar. This does not work when you're on Rewordify. It does not pull up the text that you input. So now we're on the reading view, which gives us access to Microsoft's Immersive Reader, which is extremely powerful and gives us a lot of flexibility. We can change the text, make it smaller, make it larger. We can change the background, give it high contrast. If you need the text read aloud, it will do that.
Lost continent revealed in new reconstruction of geologic history.
You can change the voice and the speed of that voice. And there are learning tools. So you can change the text spacing. I like to have the text spread apart, so I always keep that on. That's how originally it is, and that's how it is spread apart. There are grammar tools similar to what is in Rewordify. So we can highlight specific parts of speech like now. And then if you need to focus in on a small area, a line or two, or just a section, you can turn on line focus. And that just gets rid of all of the distractions. You can even make it full page to get rid of everything else on your screen, except what you're reading. If you need to take notes or highlight anything, you can go up to your bar. So here was the book that we clicked on. And we scoot over to the right, there's a pen, add notes. Click that. And now I can make notes. I can highlight. I can leave myself a typewritten note. This is important. And all of this, the rewordified text, all of my notes and highlights and everything that I did can all be saved. If I go up to the menu, I can save all of this. So I think that Rewordify coupled with the Microsoft Edge browser is a really powerful combination. You don't need to download any software. You don't need to buy anything. You don't need to get any extensions to do this. This is just this website on this browser together. If you forget anything or need a refresher on Rewordify, they've got a great demo that you can click on that walks you through everything. Thank you very much.